I don't know what it means to be a mother. Do you know? I don't know what it means. People ask really interesting questions. I think that's also changed with me looking more pregnant. One guy did ask why the more masculine member of my marriage was the one who's got pregnant. Is it because masculine people don't care about their bodies?
Please make it nice and loud for Cameron Esposito!
My name's Cameron Esposito. My pronouns are they, them, she, her, he, him. I'm a stand-up comic and I'm pregnant.
Cameron Esposito.
Cameron Esposito.
Cameron Esposito. Yeah.
Nobody was like doing gender or whatever I'm doing and getting a chance to perform.
Not sleeping with men is one of the biggest parts of being a lesbian. You're not bummed about it. Every night I just go home, I'm like, not tonight again.
Fantastic, the amazing Cameron Esposito, the author of the new book, Save Yourself.
Plus, whenever I imagine childbirth, I just imagine like one little arm pops out of my vagina and then it unzips me.
How do you feel when people call you a lesbian?
Do you save the near-death experience for this show? Because you built a one-woman show around it.
I did. And I was evaluated for bipolar disorder. And did you know the symptoms of bipolar disorder are my personality?
You're the future. You're the future.
You guys, thank you so much. I'm Cameron Esposito.
What is this show?
Being pregnant has been my biggest fear my entire life. I have never felt called to have this experience. I am very protective of my body and how I'm seen in the world. Even when I was a teeny kid, now I know the word for it is like masculine of center or gender non-conforming. What do I want to say? My gender is cartoon fox. When I think about how I present to the world, it's like a sort of David Bowie, Harry Styles version of things. And I haven't yet seen either of those people be pregnant. You know, when I look at people talking about this experience, it's like people who really don't look like me or have a similar vibe or are wearing a floaty dress or doing a gender reveal. I don't know any gender fluid person that's gone through pregnancy. I don't know anybody. I know you're out there. I don't know you. I didn't see a lot of people talking about how bananas this is.
You might notice that you're constipated too because it's pushing on your colon.
I'm pooping right now.
So we gotta get the cervix go from this to this.
That's a lot.
This is gonna happen to my body imminently. So this show is about what happens going on a journey that you didn't think was for you. Yes, I've always wanted to be a parent. But I was hoping that some random woman would grow the baby for me. Well, like, we'd probably be in a relationship or married or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go to these like pregnancy circles and nobody else is wearing this shirt. But it doesn't matter. Like I'm at this point, I'm old enough that I can often look for the commonality and not the difference. And even though everybody there has a husband, everybody there has a husband. I still am like, I know.
Would you say pregnancy has changed your style?
I would love to know if there is more like actual maternity wear that made any sense. But a lot of what I'm wearing is not maternity wear. Let's start with a Metallica t-shirt that I cut into a small top. Now I think I'm like straight up trying to do gym bro. It's just like bigger, same clothes. I'm just basically not wearing sleeves right now. Here's what I'll say about overalls. Literally wear them constantly. The straps fall in the toilet. So yeah, Keith's here. And we're gonna try on some like more traditional maternity wear.
And so you're not the only person trying it on.
Okay.
I'm gonna put on a belly
Yeah.
so that I am also a pregnant person.
And see if any of it is the vibe. Hey, I like pink. Colors aren't for anybody.
Colors aren't for anybody. It's a very funny sentence.
I'm Cai. I use he, they, and she pronouns, and I am a costume history researcher. Maternity clothing fits a very broad category of clothing for anybody going through pregnancy.
Okay. Okay. You know, the penis really doesn't work as well as I wish it did.
That's not true. Some people are.
For this one, it's true.
It is a recent development within the last 300 years that people who are pregnant wear something different during their pregnancy.
I don't even know if it's the belly. I think it's just my own actual body.
Historically, in the medieval era, they were just considered robes. People actually mostly wore what they wore every day.
The vibe is kind of this.
It's Easter.
But we'll figure it out.
Wow. That's spooky. That's sort of spooky.
I don't even know if this is how you do it. What I see other people wearing is like maybe like an empire waisted dress or something. Like it comes to here and then it like floats down. That doesn't feel good.
No, because like it hugging so close everywhere else and here just feels like it sort of shows everything.
You don't want pressure here. And so if there was something I was comfortable wearing that ended here and then just like floated, I can totally get why that's chill.
Could you tell Cam what they look like?
Cam, it doesn't look good. And I don't
What's
know.
the main problem?
I don't know why.
The thing is, there were times that I tried, like I wore dresses to, my dances in high school. I've never worn anything floaty in my entire life. I have worn dresses. Certainly they weren't like this dress.
It's all just so the same pattern all the way through.
Yeah.
There's nothing like fun.
Like I wore a bodycon dress to go see the Eras tour and then the Barbie movie, and I just felt like it's because I had the opportunity to express myself in very public ways that then I was like, hey, I want to be part of the girls, and that was really fun. First thing I'm gonna say, that's not your color.
No.
Because
it's very much
you're
my skin.
a little pink. Yeah.
I'm a pink.
And so that's the wrong color. This looks stupid, but I'm curious.
Feel it, try to love it.
Whatever.
Yeah?
I guess so. I mean, I don't know under what circumstances.
Well, if pink wasn't my color, let's try yellow.
Was the first maternity wear designed for concealment, or did it showcase pregnancy?
Maternity fashion really started because of Lane Bryant.
Lane Bryant? Like the Lane Bryant?
Like the Lane Bryant, yes. Lane Bryant was a Lithuanian immigrant who actually started by just making custom lingerie for brides. One of her clients said that she wanted to throw a dinner party for her friends and did not want them to see what was considered an unbecoming pregnancy bump. And so Lane Bryant, in all of her ambition, she thought about how elastic and pleats can actually slowly cover a growing belly, and she managed to make it so that it was a dress that could be worn when you were not pregnant at all the way up through almost your 9th month of pregnancy. And so it was very flattering and people bought it like hotcakes.
This could be the one, because I like how it's gonna have the flexibility of you could put it over your shoulder, you could put it on your shoulder.
The first industrialized maternity wear was definitely made to conceal.
I just tried to suck in. I just tried to suck my belly in.
The idea of decency around pregnancy went from it very wide range, from it being a little taboo for a pregnant woman to be seen outside to extremely expected that she just stay inside entirely.
Yeah. Little Jeremiah's getting big. I'm a boy, Mom.
Give me that pink thing you were just wearing.
And so for a woman to be able to walk around while pregnant, she had to conceal her pregnancy for most of the 1900s.
You know what? This is so stretchy. I was like, I bet it fits me.
Oh, yeah.
Looks better on me.
Yeah, it definitely
Like
does look better.
drastically.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. This is a large on me.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might have been a bigger size.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
I like the cut. I think it's flowy. It's definitely the best for my penis. I want a big hat and an NA wine. I wanna talk with my friends. I wanna bitch about stuff. I wanna eat at an expensive brunch place in LA.
One thing I'll say is that I'm like pretty comfortable in athletic wear, and that's kind of what this feels like.
Yeah, it is that tight.
It has that tightness. I like that this goes off the shoulders so you can see I'm wearing a sports bra.
Yeah, yes, it definitely is.
Yeah, identifying as non-binary is very recent for me. When I started doing stand-up, we didn't really talk about gender in the same terms, just in general.
Well, like, I'm
I'm a handsome gentleman, and I can handle myself with the ladies. But one of the women came over, and her hair was kind of brushing my neck. And she leaned over and she said, "Hey, how's everybody doing over here?" And I said, "We're doing great." I feel fantastic. I didn't even know that a 29-year-old woman's voice could crack like that, but it can. Sure can.
Some of the biggest news stories at the time were folks like Christopher Hitchens, who was a cultural commentator, writing very popular articles called "Are Women Funny?"
For women, the need or ability to be funny is tremendously less than it is among men.
And our numbers were really small. There were very few out queer comics. I didn't know anybody who identified as non-binary. During the pandemic, being home and watching young people display their gender and talk about it, I really have learned so much, and I really appreciate that. Bella Ramsey, I'm learning so much from you as a young person. I also will say TikTok was enormously informative. I have always been doing gender f***age. What I mean by that is I enjoy wearing makeup, and I've had long and short and asymmetrical hair. I think something that applies even more so is the phrase gender fluid. Because sometimes I really feel like a woman, sometimes I feel like a dude, and I often feel like a mix.
How would you feel about being called mom?
I'm actually like so chill with being called mom. I think it's kind of cute. I'm trying on this outfit.
Okay, you want to pick some overalls?
I'm picking some overalls.
I know which ones I want.
Some of the biggest inflection points in maternity clothing was industrialization and World War II. Women not only started wearing pants to go to work, so obviously hand in hand with that, they had to figure out ways to make pants that could be worn when pregnant.
Nipples are sticking out the side.
Oh, you look great.
Yeah, I'm getting in there.
Wow, still farming this far along.
I gotta tell you, I'm ready to breastfeed.
With the caveat that after a certain amount of time, the employer or her doctor was going to tell her that she needed to leave this job. So concealment was still a very core part of maternity clothing all the way through World War II.
The height of it, I probably should loosen it because right now it is all the way up my butt. But Cam, this is honestly very you, though.
No, it's not.
You used to wear all denim.
I know, but do you see what I'm, first of all?
I think you look darling. I think you look fun. I wish they were tighter shorts.
I wish they were tight. I wish
I think
the
that looks
thing was tighter. I agree with that. But I think another thing I'll say is that, again, this is like, I don't know what this is for.
It's for
Christmas in the Caribbean.
I don't know what it's for, but I like it. You kind of look like a mechanic. I kind of like this. Honestly, I've seen guys, I grew up in Carthage, Tennessee. I've seen guys with their just normal bellies. This is a look.
Well, I hate this, first of all. But second of all, a lot of people have said overalls should be worn off the shoulder. I think that's for, sorry, I gotta sit down. Shockingly, being pregnant has felt less like it conflicted with my identity than I imagined. I think the thing that's actually happening is that it like hurts a lot and I'm in pain all the time because your ligaments are loosening and so your bones spread apart. I'm so tired already. Nothing has happened.
Oh, I almost got a foot cramp.
Do you know that foot cramps are a huge part of being pregnant?
Really?
This is quite athletic. You know, you're carrying extra weight, learning how to walk differently, and using different muscles, and I just don't think we talk about it that way. I know, that is literally how I feel. I'm serious. I gotta lay down just for a few minutes. But it is, like, this is like a bodily feat. And then stupid men, I love you. Most of my close friends are men. Like, you're out here training and like MMA fighting and, hey, but I've done Muay Thai. This is worse.
It's just pulling straight into my gooch. The overalls are just thrusting into the bottom of me.
If they could give birth, we would never hear the end of it.
I've been bleeding at work for 30 years.
Oh, okay. Only like this. Hey, onlyfarmers.com.
These shorts, when you lay down, are so far up my butthole.
That's what I was saying about these. Look at this.
One of the biggest moments in pop culture that changed the visibility of pregnant people was Lucille Ball in I Love Lucy in 1953.
Ricky, I want to talk to you about something.
Whatever it is, use your own judgment.
She was the first woman to be seen on one of the major broadcast networks pregnant. It was one of the most sensational moments in television history, and just what she wore on the show changed the visibility of pregnancy forever. An oversized blouse with no fitted bottom and tight fitted pants became the look for pregnant women for years to come.
Oh, okay. You look nice.
I think I look hot as shit. I think you look good. I think this looks like kind of nice. It's a little too, a kitchen came to life. Like that's a tea towel.
I actually wish everything was, I just want everything to be smaller and tighter. I also, the thing about these jeans is that they make me look like I have 4-inch long legs. So we're not trying to do that. Maternity clothes are also, they're like a little too big. I'm at the end of my second trimester. A lot of changes already happened. Like I wasn't showing in my first trimester, then you start to show. In my first trimester, I actually lost weight, which can be common. And then in the second trimester, you start to gain weight. And I understand that some people are like a larger size, and I think that's great to accommodate that. But I think I'm not sure where the stuff is for small guys.
How does maternity clothes even have a sizing that only goes off one number? There should be a length, a width, a width, a width.
I mean, that's
not how they do the women's clothes.
But they should, right?
So again, this is kind of what I'm talking about. It's like, you see me walking down the street, you're like, this person's not wearing clothes that fit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, it doesn't look cute. I look like I just got done painting.
We don't really start seeing signs of pregnant bellies and pregnant bodies being visible in public until the 1960s, 1970s, and even then, it doesn't become quite as prominent until the 1990s.
This is actually a maternity shirt?
It's crazy because there's no room for boobs in this. I'm ready to be a teen mom, right? Like, I need to go to my doctor, but then also the football game is tonight. I'm just gonna fail out of algebra. I'm not gonna do it this year.
In the 1990s, we have other amazing steps forward in the visibility of pregnant people in media. One of the most iconic is 1991's Vanity Fair cover of Demi Moore, fully nude and very pregnant.
Oh, we're wearing the same thing.
These are crazy. Okay.
This look has been repeatedly recreated over the last 30 years. Suddenly, it was not taboo to show off a bare pregnant stomach.
Oh, wow, okay.
Harry Houdini, eat your heart out. All right. Looks like a horror film when like there's somebody trapped and like they're getting like this kind of action. There you are, Peter.
Do you need assistance?
I'm great. Cam, I'm good. Oh, is it on backwards? No. Oh, fuck.
Oh, there we go. Actually, TBH, I had that problem at first.
What
as
do
well.
we think? Didn't we nail it? There we go. Okay. That was hard. It's hard to get in. So.
Yours looks higher drama.
Yeah, it's the teal.
What the hell? I think I'm supposed to wear this down, but it doesn't feel nice. It smushes up. Pregnancy is honestly like my biggest nightmare. Because I think for some folks that are gender non-conforming, when puberty comes along, I know for me, I was developing curves that was challenging for me.
When I was a little kid, people used to call me fat. And you guys, I have always been, this has always been, I came out wearing this jacket. But I just never realized why people said that to me until like 2 or 3 years ago. I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, I think that no one in my community knew the word dyke.
And actually the path I chose at the time was disordered eating and extreme thinness. I get why I did that. Because I sort of naturally have large breasts. That's part of being the really Italian family that I grew up in. I think maybe it's the wrong size, because I'm realizing yours actually goes down really nicely.
Yeah. You just could get there.
Do you see what I'm saying? It bunches.
Uh-huh.
So it's almost like it fits better up.
As I entered college and I gained some weight and had some curves, I really didn't like that experience.
I don't know what Morticia Adams situation. Yours is the drama. This is how I wish it looked on me.
What I've learned over time is that developing muscles has made me really feel comfortable. And so working toward a muscular body type has helped me to love my body a lot more, accept myself. I don't feel like I have to harm myself. At this point in my life, I actually usually feel good. That was not true in my 20s. And now I have this pregnant belly. I think I look much more like myself than I thought I would, but also unlike a pregnant body I've seen before. Whatever. That's actually kind of hard. Did you know that a pregnant belly it's like hard? Didn't know that. I feel like I need to kick it up a notch because this feels like kind of,
Let's do the next dress.
Let's go hotter.
So in the 2000s and forward, we go from seeing only a few people who are lightly visibly pregnant to people with full gowns built around their pregnancy, so that even today now we see people like Cardi B at the Met Gala wearing maternity fashion that is actually based on Renaissance paintings.
How do I get into you? What?
Oh my God.
Uh-huh. I don't understand it.
People saw that pregnant women could be beautiful and present in pop culture.
Girl, that's a little too short.
It's cute. I'm having to pull it down.
Actually, one thing I will say is that we do look like we're going to the same place.
Yeah.
Wherever that place is.
It's Sarah's Bachelorette. Let's get wild tonight.
I don't even know how.
Let's get wild tonight. Like we're 18 again. God, I wish I had a White Claw. I can't.
It's completely the thinnest lace. This is held together with a men's shoelace. There's also no structure to this. And down here, this skirt has nothing. You just have to pull it low. There's no reason it's for pregnancy. I think some of my main question about all of this maternity wear is what are you supposed to do if you have breasts? Just a question, general question.
One of the most specific categories of maternity wear that came about probably the latest is athletic wear.
I'm wearing a dance belt.
Is it working?
You tell me. It does feel nice. Catch me in a Walmart. Right?
Medical research proved that it was actually safe for pregnant bodies to do athletic things.
You look like you're going to the hospital. You look like a nurse who just checked out.
Like because I'm ill or what?
No, you look like you work at the hospital.
Okay, got it.
These look like the worst scrubs I've ever seen.
We've now come to a place where it is pull on and be comfortable. And that's not just about maternity wear, that's everyone.
I feel like I hate myself.
Oh, I don't think you look bad at all. You do look like you're gonna rob the place.
Do I?
Yeah.
Or do I look like I'm gonna go compete in a triathlon?
Yeah, there's something to you could be a speed skater.
Do you know how hard it was to get into this?
Yeah, how would you do that? How would you do this alone? How are you gonna pee?
It's not, we just go in it.
This is really easy and comfortable and I don't know, I wouldn't say I feel sexy, but I feel flirty.
Can I touch this? What's going on here?
It's so soft.
But it's also kind of padded the right amount.
Yeah, I know, I look kind of nice.
It's like.
You want to take it down?
Oh yeah, you wanna try to breastfeed?
Wait! I actually have, that's so shocking.
It's really upsetting whenever you see a nipple when there was a bra, regardless on who it's on.
I disagree.
I think you look a lot worse than you do.
I look awesome.
Yeah, you look sick. That's what I was thinking too. Yes.
I don't hate this.
I think you could fight somebody. This is like the base layer of a superhero.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying though. I've done open ocean swimming. You have to wear a wetsuit. This is what a wetsuit looks like.
Yeah. I think if you were confident in it, people would be like, I'm not with that pregnant person. Whereas me, you're definitely with this pregnant person.
Even today now we see people like Rihanna doesn't really change her style when pregnant. Lace tops with just sheer bras and shorts, completely sheer clothing with just very subtle coverage, even to the point of having cut open clothing that just shows off her stomach and nothing else.
Oh, I like this. Is a very comfortable lining. It's gonna be hard for me to put on though. Hello.
Hi.
I found the arms.
Oh
Maybe you're not a 2 in this. Do you want help getting this on or off? Which one?
On.
Okay.
No going back now,
Oopsie.
said the department store. What's going on? Did I put this on backwards? That can't be how they want it to look.
Even though we've come a very long way, modern fashion actually has a very long way to go to allow people to fully express their gender identity through their clothing.
I actually think this is kind of pretty, to be honest. I don't mind this.
I think you look good.
But I do want to mention a few things about it, which is that there's not a ton of dress in the bottom half. And this is where the slit is.
Oh, I see.
The site suggests that it's for maternity photo shoots.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well then what are you supposed to wear under it?
Nothing. They love having them be naked in the photo shoots.
Why on earth?
I'm wondering why we didn't have any like goth or punk options. More like personality options.
That's
right?
why I'm cutting Metallica t-shirts.
Yeah.
You think I'm nuts out here? Okay, I live in Los Angeles. I straight up thought like everybody would be gay who was pregnant.
I thought everybody would be gay. I thought I'd go in, everybody's gay. No. Do you want to know the truth? No one's gay. Literally no one. It's not like 4 people are gay. No, 0 people are gay. What about at your fertility clinic? No. What about at the sperm bank? Incorrect. Nobody's gay. Nobody's gay. So then some people have said stuff to me that I thought was from the past, like, for instance, how?
This is not built for us. I'll give you some examples. Sometimes filling out a form about the child that I'm carrying, there is still like a wife, husband, father, mother. Even in California, my wife will have to adopt our child after she's born, even though we're both wives. And if we put on the forms at the hospital that she's the other parent, second parent adoption is expensive, and it's something that only folks who are queer have to do. Hang on, oh shoot. Okay, go ahead, go back. It's so crazy. Ooh, you're gonna be about this big. It's wild, and I want to protect her, and she wants to be protected. And also sometimes people defer to the phrase partner. I totally get people are partners, but when they're calling the other people in the birthing class husband and wife, it would really be validating to be able to call us wife and wife or spouses, just because that is actually the right word for it. You know, my wife Katie is the best, who has really been on this journey with me, saw me, you know, as this third thing or this everything from the moment we met, and has worked to adjust her language and her understanding, you know, all the time. I just like really love that about her. So thank you, Katie. There's still a lot of nerves that come with coming out to folks because you just don't know where someone's gonna be. It's been a really positive experience with hospitals so far, and I also don't know what that will be like during birth, because I think there are still a ton of expectations there. We'll see.
Do you guys want to surprise each other with your favorite looks?
Okay.
Do I have to put it back on?
Honestly, I'm the same way. I'm like, I'm gonna pick this one because it's on me already.
Nowadays, one of the biggest changes is that we talk about pregnant bodies and not just women.
This is my actual favorite look.
I think though this is a good base where you could wear this out in the world. It could be athletic. You could like do a flannel around the waist, like, and wear it to the grocery store.
I don't know if that seems true.
Gender-affirming clothing is so important to the life and existence of non-binary people and trans people. Clothing is a part of the performance and embodiment of gender.
I learned that I was right, and I don't care about investing in any of these pieces. I don't feel like ashamed of my body, so I don't mind showing it. And I think that's something that's true about a lot of maternity wear, is that either it feels like bizarrely sexy, or the alternative is like, it feels like a lot of like hiding the silhouette.
But I see how, if you could do something like this and it made you feel sexy, that maybe that would be owning a little bit of your body out in public in a way that maybe gives me more self-esteem.
Well, I think you kind of have to look like a goofball, but I look like a goofball in my regular life anyway. It's kind of a problem. But I also think it's cool to have experiences sometimes that you don't even like. Like, you know, I don't think life has to all be perfectly suited for it to be valuable. Well, I'm exhausted
Well,
and I need a snack
well.
and I have to pee.
Okay. Well, we're gonna do that.
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I am 8.5 months pregnant.
And are you excited about that?
Being 8.5 months pregnant? Yeah. I'm actually good to go. This could be over. I'd be fine if I was not pregnant anymore.
Episode 2 of Call Them Mother will be right here on YouTube next week.
But if you want to support our ability to make important shows like this, you can stream the entire season right now early on Second Try.
We're trying to make stuff we think matters, and we're really proud of this series.
And when you go over to Second Try, there is an exclusive comedy special from Cameron Esposito called 9 Months. That's only on Second Try, and it's incredible. So check it out.
So fun. Goodbye.
Bye. Today we're going to recreate some famous pregnancy announcement photos.
I feel like this is a humiliation ritual. You know what I mean? Does every man here have a domination fetish?